What's happening, guys? So I'm here finally live. I was supposed to be live an hour ago, but I didn't get home till just now, basically. So I got home, got ready, and yeah, we're live for the match preview of Club Brugge versus Arsenal in the Champions League. Now I've calmed down since my last video when I was taking aim at Aston Villa fans. I've calmed down. You know what I mean? Because I was rattled. I ain't gonna lie. This club rattles me. Certain fan bases of small clubs rattle me. Because Aston Villa are nothing more than a spicy Leeds United, and the fans were giving it large. And I'm thinking,
what the fuck is this asshole?
So yeah, I got triggered and responded accordingly. But we've got a match preview of Champions League action. This is the time to reflect on the weekend and just, for the players' morale and everything like that, just put things right. You know what I mean? Just put things right so that we can respond accordingly and just get back to what we were doing before. And then hopefully in the end, come May 2026, we've got all the trophies in our cabinet. But yeah, anyways, let me get on to. In fact, I might as well put it on here actually. The match preview for the match tomorrow night. Even the Arsenal Bunnies, the Arsenal Bunnies are playing tomorrow night as well. Can't forget about those. But yeah, anyways, Club Brugge or Brugge, however you pronounce it, I don't know. But yeah, let's get into it. The only 100% winning UEFA Champions League record this term goes on the line when pre-round league phase leaders Arsenal travel to face Club Brugge, a side battling in the lower echelons. Already 2 points adrift of the top 24 pre-round, Club Brugge's chances of reaching successive UCL knockout phases are winning. A 4-match winless run in the Champions League, drawing one, losing three. Fam. I mean, it looks like it might be curtains for these men. That certainly harmed their hopes of advancing and also played a part in former boss Nicky Haynes' sacking prior to this clash. Also, they've got a new manager bounce now, have they? But the Belgian side will be quick to point out that all three of those defeats came on the road and that they're actually unbeaten at home in this season's league phase, winning one and drawing one. Okay, all right. Now we've got Summit. Recent form is highly indicative. Scratch myself too hard. Of the side who are going to extend that run here, winning 2, losing 4, yet scoring 3+ goals in their 2 home league phase games this term, including against Barcelona, drawing 3-3. Is a reminder that they can't be written off in what will be Ivan Leko's first game in charge after his reappointment. All right, so he used to be there before today. I think this is turning on. Oh, now it's turning on. Arsenal suffered a setback in the quest for the first Premier League title in over 20 years at the weekend.
You don't find that suspicious?
As they conceded in stoppage time to go 2-1 down away to Aston Villa. So let me just quickly touch on 2-2 bit of that, yeah, because obviously, and we're going to react to what an Arsenal peddler, yeah, because again, it's one of those things where this ain't your club, so you're going to see things with a narrative, but put it on us as if we've got a narrative. But anyways, Arsenal suffering a setback in the Premier League, the quest of the league title. Yeah. Arsenal have not made a statement win in the Premier League all season. The wins that would have been a statement was if we'd have beaten Liverpool at Anfield, to which we lost. If we'd have beaten City again at home, to which we drew, coming from 1-0 down. Yeah. If we'd have beaten Sunderland, because Sunderland were unbeaten at home, and if we're trying to go for the league, you know, when you come up against the upcoming champions, let's just say, they would usually get something, yeah. But we had to again come from behind, and then when we were in front, we conceded. That was against Sunderland, and then away at Chelsea, where we drew 1-1, and people saying, "Oh, don't panic, it's not that bad." Then Aston Villa came around. Now go back to Sunderland when people were like, "Oh, I'm not panicking, mate." Sunderland was a warning sign. Yeah, Sunderland was a warning sign. That was one of them games where it was like,
You don't find that suspicious?
that's what that was. But no, because we're still top of the league. Yeah, we're fine. But then 2 more tough away games later, still haven't won in the league. Again, it's almost like I know patterns. But anyways, defeat ended the Gunners' 18-match competitive unbeaten run, winning 15, drawing 3, and ironically, as soon as Odegaard comes back in, he'll start being shit again. You could rate this up, but I can't just put it all on him. It's not all on him, but he's gone back to his shit ways. He was good before the injury. He started improving before his injuries. But again, this manager mismanaging players and playing Eze out on the left, which isn't working. It's not going to work. I was hopeful that he was going to be like the left-sided Saka, but I've seen enough to say no, don't play him now. But no, he wants to accommodate playing Odegaard, yeah, and he's not going to bench Rice or Zubimendi, and he ain't going to change formation. So the only other way, because he's not going to bench Eze, yeah, for paying all that money for him. So the only way is to have him play but on the left. He's going to keep doing it. Partey at right back 3.0. That's what that is. Anyways, before I go all over the place. But with the 5 of those wins coming in the Champions League, their red-hot form in this competition suggests they are good value to bounce back. A 3-1 win against Bayern Munich on the last match day laid down a huge marker for Mikel Arteta's side, who have won their last 9 Champions League group/league phase games and could now become only the second English side in history to win 10 such games in a row should they win in Bruges. Well, again, this all means nothing to me because we do all this stuff. When other clubs do stuff like this, they actually win something at the end of it. I swear we're the only club right now that's doing all these wonderful things with nothing to show for it. When everybody else does anything that we're doing, they win something at the end of it. This manager, honestly, took this club so far back, but man are getting clouded with second place finishes. Yeah. Pre-Arteta, we were breaking records so much like this with nothing to show for it. Now we're doing it all over the place and we're showing nothing. And before him, we were actually getting to cup finals and winning some cups. Anyways, head-to-head history. These two sides have never previously met. Bruges have only won one of their last 18 matches against English oppositions, drawing 3, losing 14, while Arsenal are unbeaten in 9 games against Belgian sides, winning 7, drawing 2. So, yeah, Bruges have faced pre-round league high 99 shots in this season's league phase. Bruges have scored 6 of the last 8 league phase goals in this term before halftime. Arsenal netted 9 of their 14 Champions League goals this season after the hour mark. Arsenal have faced a Champions League phase low 9 shots on target this campaign. So, yeah, we've never met. They've got a couple of players that will not play. Ours is Mosquera, Havertz, Gabriel. Questionable for us is Rice, Saliba, and Trossard. So, Club Brugge have lost 3 of the last 5, winning 2. Arsenal have won 3 of the last 5, losing 1, drawing 1. Arsenal top of the Champions League table. Don't care. Don't mean anything. As long as we're in the top 8, that's all I care about. And yeah, so there's no head-to-head to go by because we've never met. Let me just see. Was there any friendlies in there? Nope. None of that. So this will be the first meeting with these man. Well, the score prediction for this game is I'm going with Club Brugge 1, Arsenal 2. I'm going for a win. Yeah, I do think we'll win this game. I do think we'll concede, though. I don't think we'll keep a clean sheet. But I know we haven't conceded 3 goals in a while, but I won't put it past Bruges making us work really hard. If we concede 3 goals to these, man, I don't know if I'll be the most shocked person in the world, in all fairness. You know what I mean? I don't think I will be. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, let's see what you guys are saying before I get on to reacting to one of the Arsenal peddlers. Yeah, we're gonna get into that. Did stream just start? It started not too long ago. It was supposed to be 5:45. I didn't get home till like about 20 minutes ago, and I forgot to change the time on my StreamYard. I was gonna change it. My boss says Yorkshire. The shades look good. Can we get Don DeMarco? These technically aren't really shades. Well, I won't class them as shades. I just wear these because I had laser eye surgery back in June, and I'm protecting my eyes from the ring light, the bright screens and stuff. These glasses are more made for those, but yeah. Anyways, big up to Red Bull Vodka. Wagwan. This club got training issues, too many injuries. What do you think? Well, I don't know if you follow me on Instagram, but I shared a screenshot from the quotes of what the players have said when it came to training and how Arteta has these man overtraining. Like, he will literally, imagine you've just done a workout, then you do another one on top of it. That's basically what this manager's been doing to these players. Yeah, and I watched big up to Southern Gooner. I watched some of his stream today when I was on my work break, and he broke down Arteta's career injuries as a player, and it's basically the same thing our players have got. He's had the same, in sort of injuries. I mean, I know obviously he's a footballer, so he's going to get injuries like that. But you would think when you look at his injury record, you would think he'd be more careful with how he's managing players, having them not overwork like this. But no. He's really putting it on these players, and now our players are breaking down. You know what I mean? Our players are breaking down. If Gyökeres ends up being the next Van Persie or something for us, yeah, the next Henry or something like that, yeah, this manager will ruin him if he's still here. This manager will ruin him. Yo. Big up to you. I don't think I've seen you in here before. Find everything suspicious about our club. Exactly. Bare suspicious.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
It's okay to lose it. Sure, we have movement. He's we know what that says. He's a pussy. Why obsessed with accommodating a player? Be ruthless and player who. This is the thing I said before. He wants to win his way. Yeah, and he's going to die on that hill of playing players in positions they shouldn't be playing in these games. Eze on the left is not working. I'd rather see him and Odegaard together in the center than have Rice or Zubimendi. You could do that for some games. You could play that for some games, but just don't play Eze on the left. It's not working. I mean, it's a bit of a waste. Big up to Kurt. It's a bit of a waste doing that. Thoughts on Mo Salah? Mo Salah, it's a Ten Hag versus Ronaldo 2.0. I mean, Mo Salah, he obviously he's done what he's done for the club and everything like that, so he's gonna feel like, fam, I'm on the bench now. I don't know what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, well, if you're not going to deliver, if you're going to be too greedy, if you're going to be trying to make it all about you in games where you can make the pass instead of going for a shot kind of thing, maybe you would start games more. But Slot is obviously being ruthless to the point where you're not performing to the standards. And I've shown that when I benched you, we actually come with convincing wins. What can Slot do? You know what I mean? Judgmo finally watching his own team. Oh, yeah. Inter Milan, they're playing tonight. I think they're playing now, aren't they? What time is it? Oh, yeah, it's either going to start now or if not, they'll start already. You know what I mean? Peddling our club, but won't accept this same shit with his club. I'm telling you, the peddlers, they get on my nerves. Big up to Warren. You're watching on the vertical one. But it's all right anyway. Since the Villa game, I've been avoiding a lot of Arsenal content on social media. I can't stand the gaslighting from both rivals and top gooners. We're going to get into what and this Arsenal peddler said today. I put it on my Instagram story and I said I was going to react to it. Arsenal don't need Rice against Brugge and Wolves. I bet we're playing though. I bet we're playing. I bet Rice has seen 90 minutes in one of these games. And that's the problem. Why can't Norgard see some games? My starting 11 for this game against Brugge, right? Yeah, I know Salah's he's not being included in the squad. My starting 11 for tomorrow night's game, I won't be doing a watch along for it. I'll be away with work. But my starting 11, Kepa in goal. I mean, we're gonna have to go with the same back four, really, or maybe start Skelly. Oh no, Calafiori is banned for the next Premier League game, so you could probably just put Calafiori there anyway, because Skelly's gonna play on against Wolves, no doubt. So Hincapié and Timber. I mean, if Saliba's fit, I'd probably save him for Wolves. In all fairness, we're top of the Champions League table. I'm not taking Bruges lightly, but we're not going to slip outside the top 8, are we? You know what I mean? So yeah, just do that. Sparkling water is really nice, man. The midfield, Norgard. I put Norgard in midfield. Yeah, I put Odegaard in this game. Start him. I mean, if he can do something in this game, get his confidence up. So Norgard, Odegaard, and Nwaneri. What does Nwaneri have to do to see games? Nwaneri is not a 10 to me, but And then the front three, in all fairness, because the Wolves game matters to me more, I'd start Saka in this game and I'd start Madueke in the Wolves game. Yeah. So I'd have Saka, Gyökeres, and Martinelli on that on the left-hand side. That's what I'd start with in this game. Watch. Let's see if Nwaneri or Norgard starts this game or sees anything in this game. Let's see. I don't agree about Salah's behavior, but many of the team also not turning up. Yeah. I got Inter to win, good odds, but wouldn't surprise me if Liverpool turn up. Is it at Inter Milan or is it at Anfield? Wolves are so bad, even worse than Derby County back in 2007. You'll beat them comfortably 5-0. You know what? I think we'll beat them, but I think we'll only beat them 1-0, Wolves are gonna I think Wolves are gonna put it on us. I'm not convinced we're gonna slaughter these man. I'm not, but I'm convinced we'll win the game though. But I'm not convinced we'll beat them 5-5. Not right now. Not right now. Unless he gets the starting 11 right and everything like that, and how he utilizes these players for tomorrow night's game. Like who's gonna be playing 90 minutes tomorrow night? Because there's gonna be players playing 90 minutes tomorrow night. They're gonna play 90 minutes against Wolves. You know what I mean? Big up to Rod. Salah was banned out of order. It's at Inter. Okay. Yeah, some people think, a lot of people, to be honest, think Salah was, out of order because it's like, fam, you you haven't been the best of players this season, and you're talking like this, and all because of what you've done for the club and everything like that, blah blah blah. I mean, it was a bit like just out of nowhere kind of thing. It's like he knows that this is gonna blow up, but if it means that Liverpool are just gonna lose games, I'm all for it. Anyways, we need to get onto something, yeah. Doesn't matter where Liverpool play, lost their last Champions League game 4-1 at home to PSV. It's true. What the hell did he think would happen? Exactly. He has to be noted out. No. Nah, I could see a 2 or 3-0 against Wolves. I mean, if that, let's put it this way: if we don't beat Wolves, we're out the title race. In my opinion, we're just occupying the places of whoever's going to finish first. If we fail to beat Wolves, I'm telling you, I swear, if we fail to beat Wolves, you know what I mean. But anyways, we need to get onto something because the Arsenal peddlers are back at it again. So let's talk about this. I'm sick of them sweatsuits and them corny hats. Let's talk about it. Now we need Haaland to do a Salah. If only. We'll beat Wolves. Yeah, we'll beat them. I just don't think we'll smoke them. I think like a narrow 1-0 win. It'll be one of those games where we should have won more than that kind of win. That's what I can see happening. But then again, it depends on how we play tomorrow because it might spur us on kind of thing. Anyways, we need to talk about this. Yeah? Because there were certain things said that, again, it triggered me. So let's get into it.
Which you'd expect them to. The next 3 Premier League games are Wolves at home, which Arsenal could probably play their under-21s right now and beat Wolves. They're that bad. Then they've got Everton away, which won't be easy, under the lights. That'll be a tough game. Then after that, though, they've got Palace in the League Cup. You'd expect them to beat Palace. They've got Brighton at home, Villa at home, Bournemouth away. After the Bournemouth game, though, again, Liverpool, Forest, Inter Milan, Man United, they should be going into those games as clear favourites. They are, for me, the strongest team in the league. Bearing in mind Kai Havertz, Gabriel, Saliba, Martinelli still isn't fully fit. Gyökeres is the big question mark that a lot of Arsenal fans are, speaking about. They've got a number of key players out. When Gabriel and Saliba are back in that team, I've got no doubt Arsenal going to win this league title.
The funny thing is with these peddlers, yeah, they're always wrong, aren't they? In the end, these peddlers talk about Arsenal with the league now, mate, and you get fans like me who I haven't been thinking we were going to win the league these past few seasons. And I have my reasons, and then it came true. Not that I wanted to be right, because not that I wanted to be right, because as you can tell, I'm always fuming when I'm right, because I hate being right when it comes to shit like this. Yeah? But it's when these peddlers, they do this, obviously for the pound note, get your money, yeah? Just don't try and undermine the Arsenal fans who actually give a shit. But what you're going to see is that right here. So let's get back into it. And yeah.
If you took, for an example, to use as an example, if we took Romero and Van der Ven out of our back line, we would fall apart. If you took, let's use Liverpool for an example. If you took Alisson and Van Dijk out and they had to play Joe Gomez and let's say Leone was fit, they would fall apart. They only lost in the last 9 minutes to Aston Villa. They lost 1 home game in 13 months. And bearing in mind, Unai Emery, in my opinion, does.
Yeah, I know about Hooks, but I don't think I'm subscribed to him, and I haven't watched enough of his stuff. But apparently, he's one of those that's like insufferable and everything like that. I might have to get on to a man like Hooks. I might have to. You know what I mean? He said we'll win the quadruple this season. Yeah, I think I heard something about that. I just haven't seen his stream saying it. But this is the thing. It's fans like that people are talking about when they want to rip into Arsenal. You know what I mean? Exactly, he's meant to be a Tottenham fan. You know what I mean? You just couldn't make this up, could you?
I've seen him do it.
Have recently Arteta's number. I think he's only lost one of his last 8 games against Villa. Lost against Arsenal, because he always has a point to prove, because he feels hard done by because he got let go. Like, there is absolutely no shame in losing away to Aston Villa. They've beaten City this season. They've beaten us this season. They've beaten Arsenal.
I'm sorry, don't put you, man, in that category. They're supposed to beat you, man. Yeah. Let me just put that out there. They're supposed to beat you, man. But when people, I hate when people say, this is what I hate. Yeah, I hate when people say it's not a bad thing losing to that club. We're trying to fight for the league. Yeah. We're trying to fight for the league. I don't want to hear it's not bad losing at that ground, mate. No, it is. It is. It is. Especially because what we've seen all these years is when we lose at that ground, we lose at that ground. Yeah? If we can't win there, we ain't going to win there. That's what I've seen. Yeah? I've been seeing that.
Him do it.
We couldn't win at Anfield. I knew we weren't going to win at Stamford Bridge. I knew we weren't going to win at Aston Villa. I can't even remember if I predicted we'd beat Newcastle at St. James's Park. I might have done. I can't remember. There's grounds I don't think we'll win at this season, based on what I've seen. So I hate when people say, oh, but it's no shame losing at so-and-so's ground, mate. It is. It is. Patterns, fam. But these man aren't going to talk about no pattern because they don't know nothing about no pattern. Yeah? Anyways.
The only Big Six team to beat them has actually been Liverpool, which was
they're on a 9-game winning streak in all comps at home, Aston Villa.
And this is another thing as well. Why I get pissed off when people say it's no shame losing at Villa or whoever, is when you see the clubs they lost to, the club that they're talking about. We saw Villa go to Anfield, who Liverpool was struggling, and they lost 2-0. And I actually predicted that scoreline. I predicted Villa would lose 2-0 at Anfield. And that was when Liverpool were losing like 4 games in a row, whatever it was. I knew Liverpool would beat them 2-0. I don't know how. I just knew. That's the scoreline I could see happening. Yeah? I don't know who's beating Villa at Villa Park this season. I'm not quite sure. Yeah? Maybe if I see it right now, it might piss me off because it's like, well, we couldn't go there and win. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah? Because as far as I know, they're not unbeaten at Villa Park, are they? Let me have a look. Because why I got pissed off with the Chelsea one and the Sunderland one, Sunderland went to Old Trafford and lost 2-0. They couldn't even put up a fight at Old Trafford. Yeah, they're unbeaten at home. But I'm sorry, if we're chasing the league, we should be going there and still winning. Yeah? Chelsea went to Old Trafford and lost. Lost at home to Sunderland. We couldn't beat them. No, I'm not hearing this whole, oh, it's not bad drawing there, mate. I'm not hearing that. Anyways, let's have a look. Premier League. That's August. So Crystal Palace beat them 3-0 there at the start of the season. 3-0. Brentford beat them there in the cup. That was on penalties. And since then, they've been unbeaten at home since that 3-0 loss to Crystal Palace in the league at the start of the season. So Crystal Palace went there and smoked them 3-0. And then Villa now is a fortress now. Anyways, let's get into it.
If that was Arsenal or United, the media would be all over that.
I largely agree with you. I'm still not doing. The only thing I could disagree with and push back on is there's no clear favourite to win the league for me. I think Arsenal are the marginal favourites. So I do have doubts still that City could come back and win this. As an example, Arsenal, the injury crisis could continue. Maybe the pressure gets on top. That's plausible to me, but I still see them as the favourites. But I think the meltdown only really exists because rivals and Arteta outers have had about 2.5, 3 months where they've not really been able to complain. It was just a day where
I beg your pardon.
You guys hear that? Yeah, I'll play again. I'll play again. Maybe you didn't hear it. Maybe you didn't. Let's go back.
The injury crisis could continue. Maybe the pressure gets on top. That's plausible to me, but I still see them as the favourites. But I think the meltdown only really exists because rivals and Arteta outers have had about 2.5, 3 months where they've not really been able to complain.
So what he's trying to say, yeah?
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
He's trying to say that the Arteta outers, people like me, Lee Gunner, and others, we haven't been able to complain for a while because we've been winning, keeping clean sheets, all that stuff. But now we've finally lost. Now we can complain. So now he's trying to make out that there's some sort of enjoyment out of us complaining.
Hey, you ain't going too goddamn far now.
Shut your bitch ass up before I get to talking shit about you.
Let's listen to some more.
So it was just a day where they got to complain. That's all it really was. It was a moment where they go, oh, I can actually have a go at them for the first time in months.
You hear this fucker? Yeah?
I beg your pardon. Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
Oh, sugar. You just gone and done the dumbest thing in your whole life.
I've seen him do it.
Unbelievable. They just want to complain, mate. They just want to complain. Same guy who watched Ten Hag win 2 trophies for his club and he couldn't handle it because, we're losing games in league. You know what I mean? And now he's essentially calling Arteta outers fake fans. Fans that they just want to complain more than we want to win. That's what he's saying. The Arsenal peddler. The so-called Man United fan. Allegedly. It's finally a chance for us to complain. Finally, we can complain. Because we've not been able to complain. We've been miserable. When we've been winning all these games, we've been miserable. But now, finally, we lost to Villa. Now we can complain.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
Who the fuck is this asshole?
And I think, but even the guys that don't want Arteta to be successful and the rivals, of course, don't want Arsenal to win, it was still relatively tame because they can see the next game is Wolves. They then play, as you've already mentioned, in the Premier League this year, they then play Everton away, which is tough, but I still think Arsenal win that game because I don't think Everton are Aston Villa's level. So if I look at it and think they drew with Chelsea, was a little bit of an anomaly game, went down to 10 men. I think Chelsea are better than Everton, and I think that Aston Villa are better than Everton, and that was a narrow defeat and a draw. I think Arsenal, with a few more players returning, because I think Saliba will be back by then, they'll win that game. They beat Wolves at home. I think they beat Brighton at home. Then they've got Aston Villa at home. And again, as tight as that game was, I think Arsenal win that game at home. So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, I see them winning their next 4 games. I think it's really plausible they win the next 4 games. So that's why I looked at some of the meltdowns at the weekend and thought, you can criticize the moment, but the meltdowns for me, I felt were absolutely crazy. But
yeah, you would think that, wouldn't you? Because it wouldn't suit your narrative to support the peddling that you keep doing. So essentially, man's trying to question how the Arsenal fans feel about what's going on. Again, he doesn't know anything about patterns because It's not his club. Yeah, he's one of those that turns around and says, "Oh, but it's only his second loss in 19 games, man. He's still top of league." Context now. Yeah, we lost at Anfield. That would have been a statement win. They're the champions. We haven't won at Anfield since 2012. Would have been a statement win. Chelsea, City at home. Yeah, we smoked them 5-1 last season at the Emirates. We've gone backwards this time, and we've added to the squad. We've spent money, and we couldn't beat them. And we're at home. They're looking to try and get the league back. Couldn't beat them. That would have been another statement win. Sunderland away, yeah, would have been a statement win. They were unbeaten at home. Yeah. Chelsea away would have been a statement win. They're climbing back up the table, or was climbing back up the table at the time. Yeah. A chance to pull 9 clear at the time. Yeah. That weekend, City dropped points that weekend, I think. Yeah. Didn't do it. Didn't get the win. Aston Villa away. Only lost 1 game at home this season. On form, winning 5-6 games in a row. Would have been a statement win. Didn't win it. The fuck is this guy talking about? But you notice how he never mentioned what I just said. Everything I said, he didn't mention that. He's just going to go off, it's only a second loss in 19 games, mate. That's what it goes by. Don't add no context. And gullible Arsenal fans will watch this and they'll peddle the same thing to fans like me, Southern Gunner, Lee Gunner, and everybody else. They'll peddle that same shit. We're still top of the league. It's only our second loss. But when you add the context to it, you start to see certain patterns. No statement win this season. A slight argument could be the Newcastle win was a statement win because not only was it a 90th minute winner, but it's St. James's Park. It's a hostile environment. But Newcastle were exactly in the best of forms. They didn't start the season that well. So if we play them now, I wonder if we'd win that game. Yeah? Not one win that says, oh, yeah. It's just that October, we had a sick October where we didn't concede any goals at all in all comps. Yeah? That's what will cloud a lot of this. When you peel back the layers, no statement win yet. You know what I mean? Sunderland, Villa, City, Liverpool, Chelsea. Yeah? Games like that. And yeah, all these teams were in the top 6 at the time. So literally, when a club is around us, we don't beat them. I think there's only Crystal Palace. I think they were in the top 6 at the time we beat them. I think. Yeah? That 1-0 we scraped at home. Other than that, we play a team in the top 6, we don't win. That's what's shown this season. Yeah? Again, he didn't mention that though, did he? He didn't say, oh, I thought the team's in top 6 yet. He didn't mention that. Why? 1, because he don't care to know about that. 2, it wouldn't suit the Arsenal fans that fall for his shit. The title of this video is Arsenal are still winning it. And then they talk about the Salah situation in Chelsea, but Arsenal are still winning it. Again, he says all this shit and no context to it. So then you get fans like him and let's not forget when that stream that he did with Staffy and KJ, yeah? And Staffy's out here talking about, oh man, these Arsenal fans is ridiculous, man. I mean, oh man, I mean, why would you want to sack Arteta? This Arteta out is too much. The audacity of these man. You know what I mean? The audacity of these man. It's not your club. And you man wanted a trophy-winning manager sacked. Fuck out of here, please. Anyways, I haven't listened to any more of this. So everything I hear going forward will be new to my ears. Because I stopped watching it after that. I think it's a bit after this I stopped watching. Well, let's listen to some more of this.
Equally, that's because I look at Arsenal fans at the moment of having first world problems. My club's a joke. My team is so average. I look at the level of anger I saw from some gooners at the weekend, and I just thought it feels a bit much for you.
Shut
only your
your
second
bitch
defeat of the
ass
season.
up
You're still
before
top.
I get to talking shit about you.
Listen to what he says.
You're crazy. But equally, that's because I look at Arsenal fans at the moment of having first world problems. My club's a joke. My team is so average. I look at the level of anger I saw from some gooners at the weekend, and I just thought it feels a bit much for you. Only your second defeat of the season. You're still top of the league.
That's what I'm talking about.
Hey, you ain't going too goddamn far now.
And that is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah? That's exactly what I'm talking about. No context, no nothing. No context as to why there's some Arsenal fans pissed off. None at all. Don't want to talk about we haven't registered one statement win this season. Those 5 games I listed, they all would have been a statement. Didn't get over the line in them. Yeah? We lost at Anfield. Losing at Anfield, I knew we were going to lose at grounds like Villa and not beat Chelsea. Again, no context at all to it. Just, well, it's a bit much to say that you only lost your second game this season. No context. You know what I mean? But if I say to fans like this, well, he won 2 trophies, under Ten Hag, so you should keep him. Now they want to say, oh, but context matters, mate, because look what we're doing in the league. That's what they'll say. That's what fans like this would say. The context matters because, well, look what we're doing in the league. Never mind that we won the trophies. But no context added when he's talking about, oh, it's a bit much. Second loss at season. No context at all. Insane. The Arsenal peddlers. Honestly.
Boy, you don't sit your stupid ass down. Who the f*** you think you is?
And the one thing I will throw in there, I don't think anyone's going to go on long winning runs this year. I think 5, 6, maybe 7 wins on the bounce is about the maximum you're going to see from anyone. I think City are 5 wins on the bounce at the minute, I think, in the Premier League. I'm going to go and check this. So City are... No, they can't be because they lost a couple of games ago. But City in the Premier League are...
Yeah,
3 wins in the bounce.
They lost 3.
3. Their next game is away against Crystal Palace. Yeah. Granted, but on City... I think they drop points in the next game away against Crystal Palace. Aston Villa on a really good run. Their next game actually, their next game in the Premier League. See, they're away to West Ham, so I see them do. They actually could get to 7 here because they go to West Ham and then they play Man United at home. They're going to beat us, there's no doubt. But then they go away to Chelsea and away to Arsenal. And I look at that and they could get to 6 and 7. They could, although West Ham have been a lot better recently. They've been a lot better. I just don't see many teams hitting 7, 8, 9, 10 game winning streaks. I've said it all year. Everyone's going to get stopped. I think as soon as you go against that.
Again, but the part he's not talking about, he's saying about how, well, teams aren't going to go on these massive winning streaks, man. They're going to drop points at some point. Cool. Yeah, we know that. But we could have been 9 clear and everything. To it's only 2 points. He's not including that. You know what I mean? I know we're not going to go on a 10. We're going to win. I know we're not going to win 10 games in a row in the Premier League. I know we're not going to do that. Yeah, but the point of the matter is beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge would have been a statement win, going 9 clear at that time. Of them. I think, City did win their game that weekend, actually. They did win their game. We would have gone 9 clear of Chelsea, who was second at the time, and we still would have pulled further clear of City. Yeah? Then we get to another away ground that's a difficult place to go, and we didn't get no points at all, and now it's only 2 points in it. So, our next games might look favourable. But the point of the matter is it's still possible for us to, fumble being those many points ahead with only being 2. Now, what matters is being top in May. But if you're gonna lay down a marker, you need to, like I said, look at the last 2 times Liverpool won the league. That's what we need to be. We need to be pulling clear when teams slip up. What, this squad's not good enough to do what Liverpool did last season? Just keep winning, even off the back of teams dropping points? Oh no, we're just going to blame injuries, aren't we? Yeah.
That group I mentioned, in that top sort of 12, 13, everyone is going to lose points to at least 50% of that group away from home this year. And Arsenal, I felt were going to be no different. I think Arsenal have been the best of everybody this year, but everyone's going to drop points to those teams because they're hard to play. Our league is so different to so many others. This isn't Germany. This isn't Spain. This isn't Italy, where the top 2 or 3 teams invariably beat everybody from 5th place down, home and away.
I think I'm done with this that video anyway. But yeah, positive Dan did say about the quadruple. Actually, I did see him saying that. Yeah, I was getting told by my girl stepdad, who was an Arsenal fan, that it weren't a bad thing losing at the Bridge. You've been drawing at the Bridge, and the QZ being unrealistic, trying to say we're not going to win every single game. I hate when people say that. I hate when people say that shit. I mean, I hate when people say that shit. Again, we haven't not one statement win this season. You know what I mean? I know, we all know we ain't going to win every single game. But when it comes to that game, that's the statement. Yeah? Fam. Sorry, if you're serious about the league, you're winning that game. Especially when you're in front, like the Sunderland game. Only Crystal Palace have won at Aston Villa. Yeah, it was. I checked it. I know. Exactly. Terry needs to concentrate on his own team. He just likes Arsenal. I know. I mean, the amount of peddling, man.
You don't find that suspicious?
You know what I mean? Insane. You know what I mean? If you're gonna peddle the Arsenal content, just do it without undermining the Arsenal fans. Yeah? Don't try and call certain Arsenal fans fake and all this shit. Just because you can't understand from where you are why Arsenal fans are pissed off. That's the part I don't like. Yeah? If you're going to be talking about my club, fine. Just don't try and say anything. Imagine moving to a country and trying to talk about how the people in that said country live their lives. You've just got there 5 minutes ago and you're trying to tell somebody who's lived there for decades about living in that country. They'd want to smack you in the face. You know what I mean? Why can't Wanyeri get a game? Exactly. We'll see if he gets a game tomorrow. We'll see. Top of the Champions League, you think, okay, we'll slightly take the foot off the pedal a little bit in terms of, you know, we don't have to go all out, get our strongest 11 out there kind of thing. You think this will be the time to rotate? You know what I mean? I'd actually love to see fans like Terry take you on, you know, YG. The thing is, again, if I had a chance, I'd make him aware of the pattern that I've just described. And I'd ask him, why are you not talking about these patterns? The fans who actually support the club have seen over and over and over. I knew if we're not winning at Anfield, I can name other grounds we're not going to win at. You think we're going to win at the Etihad? I wonder if he thinks we're going to win at the Etihad. That'll be an interesting question. Do you think Arsenal are going to go to the Etihad and win based on what you've seen? Because losing at Anfield, we went there negative. Why? Because this manager, he wants to do the party at right back 2.0, Moreno, Rice and Zubimendi in midfield, which don't work. Yeah? And he's going to keep doing it. And like I said, now he's doing it with Eze on the left. He's going to keep playing him on the left, party at right back 3.0. Yeah? But he's not going to talk about that. But he wanted Ten Hag sacked after winning 2 trophies. I wonder if big clubs sponsor some of these big YouTube channels to try and affect fans' minds. Real stuff how they switch ideas and narratives. It's you just know that if you see these other fans, yeah, they think we should be in a cushy. Who was it that said it? Oh, Staffy said it, that he'd be having his chest out basically if he was in our position right now. Yeah, it's easy saying that. I believe you me. If United was in our position right now, believe you me, they'd miss the Ten Hag. I believe you me. Finishing second, thinking that you. All right. I hope to see it. And I hope it's us that keep winning the league. Yeah. I hope to see Man United or any other of these clubs just finish second all the time and look like you're going to win the league. Yeah. Imagine you made plans. Yeah. And each time you made a plan and it was the deadline was coming up, the person cancelled on you 5 minutes before meeting you. You got ready, and everything. Yeah. Thinking that your plans are gonna go through, but it falls through instead. That's what finishing second. That's what this is. Finishing second, putting pressure on, but coming away with nothing. It's not like we're finishing second with cups like Liverpool were when they were fighting with Man City. No. This is worse. Yeah, I'd take 97 points and not winning the league, but win the Champions League. You know what I mean? At least they got that for it. Because they had a good season in the Champions League also. Well, a good season in the Champions League. But this whole finishing second and all this stuff, these man think it's sweet. All right, and okay. Chat to a 10 out of 10 in the club. Buy her drinks. She flirts with you. She talks to you. She even strokes your arm and then goes home with the guy in the Lamborghini when he pulls up to the nightclub when the nightclub's closing. Yeah, do that and do it over and over again. Then tell me how cushy our position is. I'm telling you, if I finish 8th, I know that we're not going to win the league. Finishing 8th and winning that FA Cup, I didn't give a shit. We finish 8th. I said this before. I didn't give a shit. Didn't care. You know what I mean? At this point, if we're just going to keep finishing second and winning nothing, yeah? If somebody said, you'll finish low in the table, but you'll win something, I'm taking that. Because I remember how it felt when we didn't win the league, but we won cups. These rival fans are to blame for Arteta staying in the job because they are pulling the wool over the majority of fans' eyes. They are. These rival fans are same. Pulling wool over the majority of fans' eyes, thinking that we got the best squad in the world. Absolute prats. Best squad in the world, but then we're out here saying, oh, if Rice gets injured, mate, we're fucked. Don't make sense, does it? Top 6 record, 1-1 Man City, 2-2 Sunderland, 1-1 Chelsea, 2-1 Villa. 1-0 Liverpool, outside top 6, but likely end up top 6. Again, the only team that were in the top 6 at the time was Crystal Palace. I think they were in the top 6 at the time when we beat them 1-0. That's about it. Everybody else, but he's not going to talk about this though. Terry's not going to talk about that. He ain't going to talk about Arsenal beating the team in the top 6 this season. He won't talk about that. He can't, because then it doesn't fit the narrative. But again, if I was on stream with him, I'd say, what's our record against the teams in the top 6 this season? But, it's overreactionary to say you only lost your second game, mate. These man. With Chelsea, Liverpool, Spurs, all 1-0 up. Ooh, okay. Top Gunners probably all twerking for this new digital ID nonsense as well. Yeah, they probably are. Probably say, oh, well, I'll be with it, mate. You know what I mean? After all the bad things said about Mikel, I'm still backing him to win the title. I like I said, you guys know my position. I don't think we'll win the league, and like I said, it's not the players, it's the manager. Yeah, and he's gonna do his goofiness. He's gonna sabotage our chances. You're going to get players that are not going to get games. And then when we're out of everything, that's when the players will start playing. That's when it'll start. It'll run Rice into the ground. Then once we're kicked out of all competitions, it'll then bring Norgard in for rotation. That's what he'll do. That's what he'll do. That's actually not happening, to be fair. Met Top Gunners who are against that. Oh, you know about the digital ID thing. Funnies, Reddit. I've seen someone class Arteta's top 10 manager in the world. We're bottling more times. I don't get all this. He's a top manager in the league. This, that, and the other. Where these men are getting duped by these second place finishers, man. You know what I mean? Is the guy's out of his depth. It's just that this second place finishing is clouding man's judgment. But you know, we'll see. Hopefully he gets over the line this season. Hopefully he does. But like I said, if he wins the league and Champions League, you know, he's bought some time for me. But if he just wins either one of the trophies, I'm still Arteta out. Like I said, this is bigger than just him not winning trophies. It's literally everything I've been talking about. His goofiness and how he manages his players. You know what I mean? Like I said, he wants to win his own way. If he does win his own way, he's going to be even worse, in my opinion. Yeah? Because he'll know, I can just run these players into the ground again and do it all over again. He'll be even worse. I mean, he won the FA Cup, and look how disrespected he's been for the FA Cup since. We can't touch quarterfinals of the FA Cup since we won it. So, if he wins the EFL Cup, we'll probably never touch a quarterfinal again. If he wins the Champions League, we'll probably won't even get out of the league phase. It disrespect it. Looking at how we are in the FA Cup, man wasn't even looking at retaining that. It's just, you know, I hate finishing second, no trophy, rather mid-table FA. That's what I mean. It's not nice to finish lower in the league like that, but if you ain't going to win the league, then, you know what I mean? Who cares at the end of the day? Response to twofold. I've called him every bad word under the sun, so it will be typical he wins it this year. Well, we'll have to see. The narrative, Terry is an implant. He is definitely sponsored, undercover, control, opposition for real. Real sus character. Bare suspect.
You don't find that suspicious?
You know what I mean? Bro, if Arteta stays here, the potential of Wenger over 20 years, I'm going to loan to La Liga to watch some nice, chill football. I honestly, if we win nothing this season and he's still the manager, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what I'd do. I feel like I just turn into a neutral and just do the stuff that Terry's doing without gaslighting and undermining the fans of the clubs I'm talking about or some shit. Because I don't know what was the point of Norgard. Well, he's doing the same thing to him that he did to Sterling, really. Rarely playing him, rarely rotating him in. So now when Norgard does get games now, he's going to look shit. And it's going to look like a shit signing. That's what this manager does. Tanya, if we get kicked out of everything this season, Norgard will play probably all the games going forward after that. Arteta only cares about rotating when there's nothing to play for. Eze looks shit on the left. Must be central. Yeah, it must be. But again, Partey at right back 3.0. That's what that is. Unai Emery is always going to pull our pants down until we get a proper manager who will show Emery who's top manager now. I swear, if Aston Villa win the Premier League, I swear, 2016, a Midlands club won the Premier League. We can't have their rivals, another Midlands club, doing that 10 years later. I swear. Honestly, there's no way Arteta can survive if that happens. There's no way. But you know, Igal, Positive Dan, all these man are going to say, well, it didn't help having Gabriel Saliba injured. That's what the fuck they'll say. Yeah, it's Aubameyang's FA Cup, not Arteta's. He ain't won shit. Yeah. Aubameyang single-handedly won him the FA Cup. Look how he disrespected him. You know what I mean? So look how he disrespected the trophy and the player who won it. You know what I mean? The disrespect won't stop there. I'm telling you. Not with this manager. Oh, YG, I want to hear this joke. I got called stubborn and negative by someone being unable to see other sides of the coin just because I don't agree with toxic positive takes. You can change your name to Yorkshire Magister. I don't know. I mean, I might have to go on loan somewhere to a club that's guaranteed to win just to make me feel better. Apparently, the term toxic positivity is absurd. They don't know. They don't understand the definition of toxic positivity, do they? You know what I mean? Toxic positivity is literally fans who are backing Arteta after all this. That's toxic positivity. You know what I mean? Bro, we are lucky Salah dropped that interview because we will be ripped apart after losing to Aston Villa. Yeah, he did distract. He did distract the world, didn't he? Aston Villa win the Premier League. That would show Emery was always a better manager than Arteta. Well, it would shut me up anyway because I don't get on board with this peddling of Unai Emery because I've seen who Unai Emery is, and him at Aston Villa showed me. It proved me right.
Seen him do it.
Yeah, and so far I'm in the lead. I'm not getting fooled by him being second. I ain't getting fooled by that. So it's December. I ain't getting fooled by that. Yeah, we'll see what he does. He might win the Europa League or conference, whatever they're in. He might win that for him. For all we know. That will then shut me up because then that will show me, yeah, he can do it in England. But until then, nah, fam, I ain't getting carried away. I'm not getting carried away. What phase is Unai Emery in, mate? Fam, you know what I mean? When he got top 4, yeah, 2 seasons ago, he fell flat on his face into it because Spurs didn't want Arsenal to win the league. So the open spread eagle for Man City and said, penetrate me, please. That's what they did. Emery's showing the big FU to Arsenal win the league. Yep, he's gonna keep doing it, and we're playing him at the end of this month, and to finish off 2025. We probably won't even win that game. Will you be live stream the World Cup matches? I don't know. We'll have to see. I've been to Aston Villa. My mate works there. I got free tickets. That place is high energy, buzzing, bro. I haven't been close to the ground. I've only seen it from like the motorway. I've seen Villa Park from there, but I haven't been like right there, like right outside the ground or anything. I hadn't even seen Birmingham City's ground. I hadn't even seen that. I don't know how far that is from the city, but if you were to drive to the city, you can see Villa Park. I think Man City will do it this season. Guardiola and Man City love a chase. Yeah. Chelsea losing. Oh dear. I reckon Emery will win the conference, but not the league. No chance. Is it the conference Villa are in? Let me have a look. I don't think one of them, are they? Oh, it's Europa League. It's Europa League they're in. Are you live streaming tomorrow's game? No, I'm away with work, so I won't be streaming that. But I'll be. Now I see, look, hot and see cold. They will drop points. Hot and cold. Well, I would take Mourinho over this B-Tech version. He will win his proper trophy and build a better defense. Yeah, I believe. I believe he'd win us a trophy of some kind. I don't blame him making it a mission to do Arsenal in after how he was treated. Good evening. Yeah. I can't blame him. It's just that if he has that energy for everybody else, he might actually win something. You know what I mean? But yeah, we play. Are we a Monday night or is it Saturday night for Wolves? December. Saturday night. So I'll be here on Saturday night, 8:00. I'll be here for that. A nice Saturday night, 8:00 kickoff. You know, it's no school night. Don't have to worry about work the next day or anything like that. So yeah, this will be my first watch along for an 8:00 game on a Saturday then. That's what it'll be. Mourinho will definitely come to Arsenal. He liked Arsenal despite this fight with Wenger. Yeah, I mean, in all fairness, a lot of people who are connected with Chelsea and Tottenham, a lot of them would prefer Arsenal. You know what I mean? It's just it just didn't go like that for them. You know what I mean? Catch you Saturday night, bro. Yeah, I'll be here Saturday night. Keeping Arteta too long, reminds me of keeping Wenger too long. We had the chance to get Klopp and Pep, and Wenger refused to go. Yep. And then Wenger comes out recently saying, "Oh yeah, I did stay too long." It's like, yeah, no shit. You know what I mean? But anyways, guys, I'm gonna leave it here for the match preview. Like the stream, share, comment, subscribe to the channel, follow all the socials. The link is in the description below. And yeah, obviously the match reaction for tomorrow night's game, I'll be uploading that. That'll be, I don't know if I'll go live for that, but we'll have to see. We do take Klopp if they're convinced my retirement. I just don't think that's gonna work. Not with his connection with Liverpool. I can't see it working. But if it means getting rid of Arteta, then yeah. But anyways, guys, I'll see you guys tomorrow night for the match reaction, where hopefully we've beaten Bruges with rotation. Anyways, catch you then.
And if anyone wants to have a come at me,
Meet me in the car park, bro. Meet me in the car park.
because I'm a black belt in karate.
Stop the cap.
Come and have a pop.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.